told through the stories of today's leaders in finance, tech, real estate, culture, and sustainability. This is Planet Gold, with your host, Enzo Di Taranto.
How do you feel today?
I feel fantastic. I feel that I've given another gift to be alive and to work with wonderful people such as you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's a huge honor. You know, you are a good friend, a very highly respected professional. You are a martial artist, passionate like I am, and much of our audience globally. You know that boxing and mixed martial arts are now mainstream. You know that was a privilege for the few before, but now it's really a popular art, and I think that it's so good for the youth, for you know, longevity, for mind-body harmony in many people. So I will you know, also try to draw from your martial artist experience, and of course your life story with the greatest of all time. I'm sure that you have given to him a lot of knowledge, and also you know, learned some of his champion mindsets that you can share with us today. So let me start by introducing you, and of course I will ask you to do that by yourself in a little while. So Dr. Khalilah Ali is, as I said, a personality. She's an entrepreneur. She's a human rights activist. She's a bestseller author and a TV media movie personality. So I cannot add much to your multifaceted personality, but of course you are also known to be the former wife of the greatest of all time world boxing legend Muhammad Ali, and you are mother of four of his children. So you have shared you know, in depth emotions. You have shared good and bad moments, and we are looking forward to hear a little bit more about that from you. But before giving you the floor, Khalilah, I would like to do this conversation in a bit different way from maybe what you have been doing so far, as you have been interviewed so many times on so many media. I would like to do something a little bit different today. But first of all, if you could please introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, I would say good morning, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Khalilah Camacho Ali, and I'm here with my friend Enzo to have a conversation on life and my upcoming book, The Untold Story, The Real Woman Behind Muhammad Ali.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We are going to go in depth in this new book that you are writing, that we're going to publish digitally, so that the largest audience worldwide, from Africa to Asia to the Americas to Europe, everybody can have access, easy and low-cost access to a copy of it. And I know that you know, the global audience is awaiting for its release also on pre-sale soon, so anxiously. So we're going to expedite the publishing of the book so that audience can enjoy it. But as I said, since you know, on XZEN, a celebrity training boutique that was created at Stanford University based on the study of celebrities and ultra successful people in the movies, music, sports, fashion, and business industries, right? So XZEN, as a science of peak performance, has elaborated a model that is based on 5 human energy spheres, right?
Yes.
So these spheres are spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and aesthetical. So what the team of scientists that has elaborated the XZEN methodology has discovered is that all successful people in these 5 industries have these 5 spheres well developed, right? So again, spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and aesthetical. So I would like, if you agree with that, to structure this conversation so that you can share with the audience some of the untold details that you have lived in your life story with Muhammad Ali in these 5 areas, so that we can all learn from the greatest of all how he was structured in each one of these spheres. What has been your personal contribution as a wife, as a lover, as a friend, as the mother of his children, in order to help him enhancing each one of these spheres, and so reach peak performance in all the industries that he was the greatest. And Muhammad, in addition to be a boxing, world champion, he was a media innovator. He was one of the greatest communicators, and certainly, from the movie to TV industry, he was one of the most recognized celebrities. Yeah. So let me start with the spiritual side of your untold story with Muhammad Ali. So from spiritually speaking, how do you see a person developing, his or her spiritual sphere? How Muhammad was, spiritually inspired, and why having a deep spiritual connection is important for success in business and in life.
Well, basically, all the things you have just said, you've given Muhammad Ali, this great analysis based on being outgoing and production-wise and smart and all this great stuff. You say this guy is. And it's true, but what is not said or told is how and what motivated him to go in this direction. You and I know when people are married, some people who are really into each other and helping and supporting each other in their both livelihood. I met Cassius Clay in the beginning, and all the stories connected between him and I is a personal encounter that inspired him and opened up his mind, and he was intrigued by meeting me. And what intrigued him was something nobody's never done or did to him ever. You understand that this connection and the untold story part, you got many books expressing Muhammad Ali's life story. But what's empty is that they didn't tell our story in it at all. They mentioned me, and we got married, we had kids. That was not my life. My life was, once I saw him, I saw potential in this person. I was a very educated young girl that was trained to comfort, assist, and direct our husbands in the right manner. When people are linked in together and they work together, like Billy Graham and his wife, John Kennedy and his wife, Michelle Obama and his wife, and her husband. You got Paul Newman and his wife. You know, Clint Eastwood and his wife. These people who stuck together for so many years, they have enlightened and then strengthened both sides as a team. It's not an I or one person that's glorious. They're both glorious. And what they did not tell in the story, when I met Muhammad Ali, everybody in all the movies, it made an impression. I met him in a bakery at 16. That's not true. I met him when I was 10 years old. They never told that story. They never told the story how when he gave me his autograph, I told him he needed to change his name because he wasn't going to be famous with that name, Cassius Clay. That is not told in any book that they have written about Muhammad Ali. Nothing. They didn't tell inside the story who wrote the most powerful poem to Sonny Liston ever, and I wrote it and not him. But listen what I'm saying. I wrote it for him, yes. Gave it to him, yes. But nobody knew I was the writer. These things and guide him to go through controversy. And by him being a Muslim, becoming a Muslim, it was a huge bit of controversy. When he hooked up with me and I married him during the time he was in exile, during the time that he was stripped of everything, I was there. I uplifted him and gave him direction to use in his time of need when he couldn't fight, when he couldn't travel. So the only thing he could do is stick with us, raise a family, and keep moving. So since they stripped him everything, I came up with him being the people's champ. I made a personal campaign, as a politician would do if he had a campaign to become president, to become governor, to become a mayor. This is my focus on him at the time. It's incredible.
I see.
How they think Ali did all of this
it's
by
very
himself.
Interesting.
He did
it's
not. People are used. Yeah. What'd you say? Okay. I say people. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Please go ahead. No. Just put me on data. Please go ahead.
Okay. So it's not all him. I mean, they made it all him without including me, so it made it look like this guy was a genius. This guy was but he's talented, yes. He's outspoken, yes. But he had support in the wings. It's almost like I would use like a horse. You got Secretariat, a great horse. You don't know what animal is in that barn that gives him motivation. It might be a rooster. It might be a goat that passes by every day. And if that goat don't pass by, he's not going to win. So it's always some kind of connection, spiritual connections that aligns the person to become the great, that uplifts him at that moment he needs it.
So stop just for a second. Khalilah, this is very, very inspiring because you used two key words in your speech. You say that you saw potential in that young guy, right? You were teens, both of you, when you met.
Yes, we
and
were
you
teenagers.
saw, exactly, you saw something in him that probably he didn't see himself.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, he didn't.
Exactly. So that is for me spiritual inspiration, because you help that young talented guy to unleash his inner power in a way that he couldn't do that by himself. So just
Absolutely.
this is, let me crystallize this concept, that is, you as a great woman behind a great potential helped, you know, that process of unleashing greatness, right?
Yes.
So this
Yes.
is one point. Do you agree with that?
Yes. Oh, totally.
The second one that you mentioned is uplifting. You say uplifting. So that for me is also a sort of spiritual process, when an individual who has a certain talent sometimes is blocked or repressed by culture, by politics, by the economics, and he or she doesn't have that strength to uplift, his or her success. So this is very important. We are taking notes so that we can enrich also your reflection and your writing for the book, The Untold Story of Muhammad Ali, a great woman behind a great man, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
This is the first sphere, right? So this is the first sphere of the XZEN methodology that we discussed earlier. The second one is emotional, right?
Yes.
So if you could please share with us in terms of emotions, and that means love, anger, frustration, both positive and negative emotions. How did you live this process of emotional development in Muhammad Ali, as well as in your bilateral relation?
Well, first of all, I cannot continue to speak without saying that God gives us opportunities. And when you are a believer and you're a person who prays and that gives thanks to the Supreme Being who created you, it's all his doing by connecting the right people at the right time. It's just a blessing to have had the opportunity to be with this young man and be the one that really helped him. Nothing happens without God's blessing, good or bad. And so to have I had a beautiful foundation coming up as a child with a beautiful, dedicated, loving parents who are devoted Muslims, and they act more than they speak, and they express their love for their faith, and they share us how that we should have good faith in the Supreme Being. And by saying that is to say this: had a spiritual foundation that was impeccable. I was blessed to have good parents. I was blessed to have parents that express what they believe in without talking a lot. So by having that strong dedication, that strong foundation, it made me a better person. And I use all my spiritual connections to uplift, to share. And without that, I could not have survived. There are many people don't survive these kind of tests. Going through what I went through with Ali and everything, and it was a struggle. We had to have patience, and it hurts. The good and the bad, it hurts. and to have somebody to just first time being married for the first time in my life, going into that world at a young age. Yes, I was trained to be a good wife, to be a good mother. I was trained to do this, but at the same time, once I get the one I'm in love with, and I see the potential, and I felt it was time for me to help this young man to keep his health, self-esteem up. It's almost like saying, wow, if that was me, what would I do to keep strong? He was not a Muslim, and by him having interest in being in Islam, that's when he met me. I think he fought for his right to fight. He fought for his religion, and I was a part of that, giving him the strength and showing him how much I love my religion. He adapted to my beliefs. So by him adapting to my beliefs, he became a man of faith, a man who focused on believing in his religion that he took upon, because how I believe and how he liked the strength that I had. It's a fighter and warrior of Islam. So he sees me being strong and dominant, and he said, wow, I want to be like that, and he's already like that in his boxing world. He's always been the catalyst and the king of his boxing world, controlling people in boxing. I mean, if it wasn't for him, a lot of women wouldn't be in boxing. He was pretty, he was attractive. All the women started looking at boxing when Muhammad got it. I mean, that's the beauty that he brought to boxing. That's the beauty he brought to the ring. His charisma, his manipulation, and his strategy. That's all him, not me. That's all him. But I love him, but I would like for him to be like that in his way of life, in his diversity, and show him that he could do this and it can affect all people, and he can be a person of strength. And he said, I can. He said, I can. I said, yes, you can. He said, but they got Sonny Liston. I don't think I'm going to make it. He's strong. He can knock people out. I said, yeah, but you said that you got to have something to hit. So don't give him something to hit. That's what he does. He ran around. He made people chase after him, made to tire them out, and he intimidated them. He intimidated them. He made them so mad that they couldn't even think when they got in the ring. The fight was over before they even got in the ring. This is the greatness of Muhammad Ali. Other than that,
that's wonderful.
Other than that, I helped him to get on the outside world, outside the ring, and fight just as strong for his beliefs. And that was great for me because I loved helping him and supporting him, telling him everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be great. All you have to do is believe and stand strong. No surrender. That's why he became a great activist and a fighter of the people, because that was my part of him. That was my side of him that I gave him.
And I can assure you that we see that strength and that tiger spirit that you instilled in Muhammad Ali, and you made him.
Yeah, because we was together. We was a team. We helped each other on both sides. Yes, we were a team.
Absolutely.
He helped me. He gave me the opportunity to help, to show him the way. He gave me that opportunity because he's good at what he does, and he makes me look great. So when you saw him, you saw both of us. They don't realize that because they didn't believe the story behind us. They wouldn't continue the story with him doing everything, doing all this, and it's all him. But you have to give credit where credit is due. When a husband and wife is together, the husband might be outspoken, but the woman is behind him controlling the situation. She sees a side
Always.
of him that he can't see. You understand what I'm saying? Women, husband and wives do this all the time who are successful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's totally understandable. And as I said, I and all audience, I see a lot of people watching this show. So it's so inspiring that you share this sort of, you know, subtle considerations about, you know, a great champion, spiritual and emotional world. And how important is a partner for, you know, either man or woman. It's so important to have a partner that is supportive and is inspiring. But let me crystallize another key concept that you mentioned, Khalilah, which is charisma, right? So you know at XZEN, we have published a book that is called The X Factor, right? And X Factor, as we know, it's that something, that imperceptible, you know, thing that some people have, and that makes that person particularly attractive or appealing or magnetic, right? So Muhammad was certainly the, you know, the climax, the, how can I say that, the apex of the X Factor, because he exuded charisma, magnetism, confidence. So in your experience, in your life experience with him, what do you think made him such a charismatic person? What are the key ingredients for a person to unleash that X factor that we all have inside ourselves?
I feel and I do believe that it is a supreme God-given gift. I think the supreme being, the one and only creator, and you know I call him Allah. So I believe that God has given him this spiritually. I think that's his creative makeup. And with all of that said, it's just something that God gives you, and you develop it in training yourself when you're learning, and it develops. It also shows that he was beautiful, not on just on the inside. He was attractive on the outside. You have to realize God make you attractive for reasons, not egotistical for yourself, but for others, so they can tune in you and see the beauty. They see your beauty, but then you begin to open the door, let them see the inner beauty that you have. And I think that's a spiritual thing. I think that God gave that to him to run his course in life. I do feel and believe that all God's prophets, from Moses to Abraham to Christ Jesus to Muhammad, I believe all these men of the book, Luke, John, in the Bible, I do believe with all my heart that they was drop dead gorgeous outside and attractive. I think they were all beautiful and handsome, drop dead gorgeous, handsome, because people was attracted by their beauty, and then they started being attracted by their word. So I believe by Muhammad being gorgeous, he attracted everyone. He just attracted men and women. So I just feel that this outer beauty, it opens the door to your heart and your soul, and the inner beauty begins to shine as well, the inner beauty. So I think he will always be a person with an inner beauty and outer beauty. Some people have an outer beauty and no inner beauty. You have to understand that. And you can see people that don't have outer beauty but have inner beauty. But people tend to open that up. So that's why I say to you, this beauty, this charisma, you're born with it. You're born with it by God's blessing. and it's how you utilize the beauty that God gives you. I think that's what I feel his charisma is, especially when he practices, a man or woman who practices their art, like a singer or a boxer or a dancer. I think they do that by practice, practice, practice. So Muhammad Cassius Clay did practice. What he did, he computerized. When he hit somebody and he know it hurts him, he know how to program that hit, know where he hit him at. So if he ever gets angry, he'll go right back to that and goes directly to that point. And that's a computerized person who trains himself to be the best. So like if a person is trained by the voice and they sing like Sinatra, Tony Bennett. Look, Tony Bennett is what, 90-something years old? His voice still sounds the same because he trained himself vocally so it don't hurt him. He trained it where it's so perfect it can come out smooth because he practiced it. And that's what I mean. Yeah, so that's what made him so good about what he did. He consumed it and programmed it like a computer, and he just go right back to it naturally because he practices enough to do it. If I can knock you out, Enzo, if I come and we do a karate match and I know I can hit you in the 5th round, and I know I can hit you in the 3rd round, then between the 5th, from the 1st to the 5th round, I know I can take you out. So you know what? I'll predict I'll knock you out in the 3rd round. And you just go ahead and play with your art like a lion plays with his lunch. He just plays with the little hamsters, the little hyenas. He just plays with them until he's ready just to eat. And then that's what I mean. He plays with you till it's time for him to eat. There you go.
Yeah. No, but you know, spontaneously, you moved from the emotional sphere to the mental one, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
just for the moment, we are going to move to the mental sphere of success and greatness in a moment. Let me just recap some key concepts that you highlighted in the emotional side of Muhammad Ali. So one thing that the audience, I believe, can take from this conversation on the emotional X factor side of success is that this X factor, this charisma is in part natural, right? It's a God's gift.
Yes.
Whoever is God for you, right?
Yes.
No matter what religion you are, there is a supreme being that gives a sort of a special energy, special, charisma to a person.
Yes.
But what you stressed, what you pointed out is that practice and training are key to unleash, develop, consolidate, and radiate that charisma,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So it's important for our audience to understand that, any individual, any person who is watching now and is gonna watch this conversation later, whatever is his or her degree of charisma nowadays, they can always develop it further through practice, technique, and discipline, right? So let me move now to the mental side, because obviously Muhammad, is certainly the greatest in mind tactics and mind manipulation of his adversaries, right? So you see modern champions like Conor McGregor, for instance, and even Floyd Mayweather, they always refer to the mental strength, the mental focus, the mental confidence, techniques, tactics, and strategies that Muhammad implemented to, influence the mental side of his competitor and the game outside the ring before getting inside it, right?
Yes.
So a little bit what has been your life experience in observing this mental development in Muhammad since he was a teen until he was, the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, the mental thing is very important. Such as great fighters as Muhammad, Sugar Ray Robinson, Jack Johnson, Mayweather has his remedy and tactic, and he stays on top of it. He's smart. George Foreman is one of the greatest fighters of all times, too, as far as I'm concerned, because he did a comeback fight, right? And he was like over 40, right? So he went in there and he demolished a person because he's always been a hard hitter. And just like Muhammad said, you got to have something to hit. So Ali wasn't going to stand there and let him hit him. So he wasn't too successful with Muhammad. He kept on the run. But basically, a normal fighter like Foreman, he's proven that no matter what age you are, if you are focused and you have that spirit and mentally, you can still win. Why they have certain age levels? It's all in the mind. Mentally, these great fighters like Foreman. Now, the reason why I'm using Foreman, because Foreman's brain, not only is he a good husband, a good father, a good American, he is also an inventive man. He invents things that make things happen. He took off of his boxing plane and developed his mentality to create grills for cooking. And I mean, this guy, he doesn't stop. He's nonstop. And it's because of his mental capacity to want what he has for himself to share with others. You get that? So these fighters have a great mental thing. When I met Rocky Marciano, for instance, he had a technique. Rocky Marciano can tell if a man will stay with it and take it home with him forever. He doesn't like to be undefeated. To be undefeated was his thing, not to go back and lose. He told me, he said, you know what, Sister Ali, he says, Muhammad is not going to take it and keep it be undefeated. He said, if he win it in the ring, he's going to lose it in the ring. That's his mentality. He knew that. He told me that. And I was hoping he was wrong, but he was right. He ended up losing it in the ring. Some people don't know how to get in there and win and get out and then go to another level. See, some people are just smart. George Foreman was that man. Mike Tyson was that man. Also, Mayweather is that man. Mayweather is that. So I'm just saying, when I see all these people like me, I was married to Muhammad Ali. Boom, I divorced Muhammad Ali for a reason. And I just kept going. I wasn't going to let my talent helping him not help myself. So I just want to move on. I've had goals in my life that I wanted to put out, but I was focusing on him at first. Now I'm not focusing on him. I can focus on myself and help children and help women and help diversity and still go out there as a champion like Ali. I learned that from him too. I learned a lot from him. So, and by me being married to him, I kicked out all the negative, the divorce part, the bad part, the stuff that disappointed in him with that he couldn't just get it together, I just let it go. And I said, you know what? We've done so much in our lifetimes helping people with diversity and success and the strength of our beliefs that I want that to move on, not all the negative stuff. So I forgave him for all the negative stuff and kept it all positive, what he gave and what he shared, because he made me great too as well. So we helped each other in that. And we have a world which there are so many divorces or separations that they use the kids to fight each other like ammunition. I want to show them that, look, you cannot condemn a man because you're mad at what he did to you 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago. You know, we have so many women we have to straighten out to tell them, look, don't call the police on your husband. Don't call your police on for your family. You know, talk to your people. If they have a problem, let him go. Move on. Let him go. In certain situations, you have to call the police, but don't kill it there. Move on and say, look, I don't want to hurt this guy. I don't want to use my kids against this guy. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna let go all the bad stuff and help our children. That's a new form in life that I can use what I went through to help others. If we don't be here, if we don't share what we experience to help others, there's no place for us to be here for. What are we here for? We're here to help each other. That's what we're here for. We're here for what you're doing. Meditation. Look at you. You don't look a day over 50. You don't look nowhere near that because your mind mentally, you're sharing everything, and that blessing is coming on, and it's going to always direct you in that. It's a gift to live. It's a gift to live. So while you're living beautifully, I can see the beauty in your face. You're all sharp. Oh, you're just handsome. You're just a knockout prince. And
thank you, sir.
Yeah, and I would listen to you. I mean, if I would turn on your XZEN or your crystal, your circle X, hell, looking at you right away, tell me I'm looking at the right guy. I'm looking at the guy who's going to teach me something. Let's do this. I mean, we're bad. You are bad, brother. You got the look, you got the feel, you have the charisma, and you know you can talk. You talk as bad as Muhammad Ali. You can talk, and you know what? Everything come out of your mouth is crystal. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm just blessed to meet good, beautiful people like you, Mr. Frank Barbato. I learn from people, whether they're young or older. I learn from people. You can always learn from people. I can learn from a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You attract that type of people, and that's what I call a magnetic mind, right? So when you have that X factor and you have a magnetic mind, then the right people and the right situation come to you without you chasing them. But so, Khalilah, it's so inspiring speaking with you, because I think that you said something very sophisticated from an intellectual point of view. Let me try to rephrase it at my way to see if that's correct. So when we spoke about the mental sphere of greatness, right? So how Muhammad Ali behaved mentally, you say two things that in appearance are contradictory, but I know that they are not. And the reason why they are not contradictory is because, I believe in Taoism as a philosophy of life, right? Taoism is not a religion, it's just an ancient Eastern philosophy that postulates that the human beings are the center of the universe, right? Every human being, any one of us, represents the universe. We have the universe in every cell of our body. right? So you say two concepts that are very interesting. The first thing you say, to be a champion, you need to be mentally focused, right? You say that.
Yes.
And then you say, when things go bad, let it flow. Don't resist.
Yeah.
But move.
Don't put any energy in that. Never put energy in that. That's something you learn from. Yeah.
And that's so important for succeeding in business and in life, because obviously you get results where your focus is, right? So you are writing a book that can really inspire billions of people worldwide. You need to keep focus on that. But on the other hand, life is a complex experience. So some other things may not go in the right way, and you just mentally let it go. And Bruce Lee, as you know, he said, be like water, my friend, right? And he was saying the same, right? He was saying, be flexible mentally, not only physically, right?
Yes.
So it's so important what you say to help our audience to, keep growing in what they do. And sphere, which is right, the physical sphere. So obviously, Muhammad was the greatest ever because he innovated his physical training, introduced, like the speed of the bee, and introduced footwork, introduced, skipping movements, tucking, all these things that now all modern champions use, but he was the innovator in that arena, right? And one of the things that Muhammad said that inspires me all the time, he said, I hate every moment of my training, but I say to myself, better I suffer now and then I live a life like a champion, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Even at my age, when I train every day, and sometimes it gets tough, right? Because you have to fight gravity, you have to fight, laziness or the weather, whatever it is. And then I always say, let me suffer now, let me train hard also today, and then I can keep inspiring people that at my age. And thank you for the 50s, even though I'm much older than that. But
really?
I want that. Yes, I am.
Oh my
I will tell you.
I
will tell you.
Tell me later.
But so Muhammad is an inspiration to everybody. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he always mentioned his mindset as an inspiration. So in your life story, at the peak of his performance, how he was training? I mean, he was training like consistently. He had a fixed program. How did you see him progressing in this aspect of life?
Well, being around a boxer like him, watching him run and train, what was exciting to me that I'd never seen before was a man who gets on the road and jogs backwards. I have never seen anybody jog backwards. And I go, why are you jogging backwards? He said, because I want to have control when I'm in the ring. I can go backwards and I make my opponent come toward me while I have total control. And it's just good. And I said, that's a good way of looking at it. And then once he started getting in a bind, he started going backwards. He started jogging around the ring backwards. So I go, okay, I get it. And he always did tell me he really hates to train. He really does. He said, but I hate it, but I have to do it because it will kick in the stamina that you need when you need it. It'll come out of nowhere. It's almost like magic. When you go the distance in your training and you exceed above that, when you're in the ring, you'll tend to get tired. And then all of a sudden, after that extra training, your stamina will kick in as if you just got in the ring. And that's amazing. That's just totally amazing, because we do as human beings. And the 95% of our problem is always human error. So if you don't have that human thing kick in to give you absolution, to give you that distance, to give you that stamina you're going to need later, because you don't see it. It's almost like magic. It kicks in when you really need it. And a lot of people don't have a chance to do that. So that's one thing.
Okay, guys, I think that Khalilah lost connection. So let me invite her again. I think that there are heavy rains. Okay, she's back. She's back. Hold on a second.
I'm back. Hey, sorry, somebody called me this morning. I will kill them. But anyway, I'll tell you what. I don't want to say I kill them. I'll be in the police department. I'll tell you what. Can I say one thing, Enzo?
Please go, please.
I love children because as a child, I grew up and I started learning a lot of things. And I feel if I make a coloring book to teach children manners and etiquette so they can have fun with it, right now on my website, they can go in and buy the coloring book, Color to Learn, on my website, MammaAli.com, MAMMA.Ali.com. If you go there, you can buy the books for your children all over the world, or we'll send the books out to them. They'll love it. And it's a book that is like, that one volume is connected to a 10-volume series. So I want them to start collecting their volumes. So when they color, we still have education in the book. So I just want everybody out there, buy these. It's good for adults as well. Buy the Color to Learn book. Go to MammaAli.com, MAMMAALI.com, and purchase your book. Go to the book department, purchase those books, because it's good for adults as well as children. It's ready on the shelf. Yeah, it's called Color to Learn. Yeah.
Okay, we are going to remember the audience for that, and possibly make some promotion of that book as well on our digital platform. So we are going to do that so that the largest number of children worldwide in Africa, Asia, Americas, Europe, everywhere can have access to that book.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Khalilah, going towards the end of this so interesting conversation, so I say that, the 5 spheres were spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and the last one is aesthetical. So it's about our personal image, our personal branding, the way we look and the way other people look at us, right?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Of course, Muhammad was also an innovator in that area. And the reason why is because until Muhammad Ali, boxers were considered like ugly individuals, strong, but not necessarily beautiful. While Muhammad always was saying, I'm so beautiful, George Foreman is so ugly, and that was part of his mental tactics for competition, right? But in addition to be physically gorgeous, what Muhammad had, which was also very innovative, was his style. He was always, well dressed. When he was on TV, he was, in suit and tie, very classy. And he was, I would say, a celebrity. He was the very first celebrity in the sport industry. So in your experience, how important is for a person, in business and life to treat and, have a proper, cosmetic image? I mean, like aesthetically speaking, how important it is nowadays?
Well, you know what? It's not good to talk about anybody, beautiful. You know what? But you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I have to submit to what Muhammad said. When Spinks got as a champion, he was not that attractive. Trust me. Ali said he's too ugly to be on Sports Illustrated. But it was true. So what I'm saying to you is to say that I had to say that because I have to be on Ali's side on that one. But it's, what's most important. It's the beauty within, and the beauty shines. Your outside beauty, your inside beauty reflects what you're on the outside. And when you find somebody extremely kind and warm, and a woman is unattractive, if she's kind, she will be people again to see the beauty in her, because it would overshadow all what you don't like on the outside. You won't even see it. It disappears. That's why it's so important to have beauty on the inside, and because it just transforms everybody's look, no matter what they look. It's all the beauty is just on the inside. Plus, you must do one thing. You must pray to the Almighty. You must pray to your Creator and thank Him for everything you have achieved in life. And you have to give homage to your parents on every degree in life, no matter what they are, no matter what they turned out to be. Drug addicts, heroin addicts, abusers, haters. With all of that said, it's because of what has happened and they have interacted on the outside and the influences on the outside that made that happen. But no matter what they are, you still give homage and respect to your parents. I don't care what condition they're in. I don't care how bad they are, because they was blessing to come. You was blessed for them to come through you to appear in this world and this life. So that is a total blessing that you should always commend, that you exist because of the blessings from your parents to exist. So you have to wait the bet. You know what I'm saying to you? You must give respect for your parents just because they was used to bring you into this world. God blessed them enough to use you to bring in the world. Everything else has been influenced by the outside. Anybody can be influenced bad on the outside. Nobody is perfect in this world, but you must take your time every day to thank God. Thank your God or your Creator, just the Creator, to thank Him for your existence. Thank Him for ask Him for your mercy, ask Him for your patience, ask Him for your guidance, and most definitely the forgiveness. You must learn to forgive. That's a very hard thing for somebody to do. Forgive those because they know not what they do. So you have to take time out and pray every day and thank God for these blessings so you can move on. You're only here for a certain period of time, and whatever that time is what you have chosen to make the right and wrong decisions.
Absolutely.
So I don't care what your belief is. I don't care what it is. You know the Creator created you, and you must give thanks to that Creator. We all are spiritually made and created on this earth from the universal supreme being. So You have to have that. If you don't have that, you will have suicides all the time. So we have no right to take our life because we didn't create the life. So don't be stupid. So you have to give homage to the blessings that was given to us. Always. Always. We are human beings. We make mistakes all the time. This is why we have to pray every day for forgiveness, for guidance. And the thing of it, now this is the thing. This is what Frank would say. This is the thing. You have to pray, ask for forgiveness no matter what. You don't even have to have a name for it. Just say, Supreme Being, whatever, Creator, oh my Creator. Please bow down and do that, because that will give you strength. That will give you insight. If things will come in your mind that will be good for you, you'll be surprised the power and the blessings that are already there for you, and we don't utilize it. And please use common sense. We have common sense. Use it, because common sense ain't common, because it's not common because we don't use it, because we have it. We must. You see somebody doing something wrong, do something and say something. Don't just let things go by in the wind because other people's doing the wrong thing. There's a right and a wrong, and there's no justification in doing wrong. I don't care what you say.
I totally agree with you. And every moment, every breath is a blessing, and we have to be grateful to, that force that has created us to be alive and to be able to love somebody and to do something good for somebody.
These young children need to have that. These young kids need to have that. They talk too fast and too quick against the adults, and they need to learn that, because you know what? At the end of the day, all the things that we have learned, and at the end of the day, by the time we get to know all that knowledge, it's time to go. It's time to get out of here. By the time you really get knowledge, like me as an old person, it's time me to leave. It's almost time me to go out of here. Everybody don't live to be 70. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just don't have time. So you need to utilize it at a young age. Yeah. Look at you.
I think that's excuse me, the connection is a bit broken, but I think that sports, particularly martial arts or boxing, all these psychophysical disciplines, they teach children to have that inner strength, that balance, that stamina, that energy that can protect,
and the discipline. Discipline.
And the mental and physical discipline. I'm totally in agreement with you. And myself and my audience, I see a lot of people connected on the different platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, also StreamYard. So all these people are enjoying your conversation, getting a lot of comments and a lot of likes. So let me recap before giving you the floor to conclude this conversation, Khalilah. Let me recap a bit this journey that we have taken during this conversation to present the book, The Untold Story of Muhammad Ali, that you are writing, and that it will be published digitally on the XZEN.tv platform. So I say that we have structured this conversation based on the XZEN 5 energy spheres model that has been extrapolated from the study of ultra successful people in the movies, music, sports, fashion, and business industries. And Muhammad Ali, as well as yourself, are part of this study and analysis that was made at Stanford University. So we went through the 5 spheres in relation to your life story with the greatest of all time, and we analyze your personal contribution to the success of Muhammad Ali in the spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, and aesthetical spheres, dimensions of life. And your contribution to his greatness and his success has certainly be essential for him to unleash his inner greatness and affirm, dominate the sport industry, the media industry, the human rights activism, thanks to that belief and that strength. So we're going to keep the promotion of your book on all our digital media. We're going to keep our audience posted about the progress of it. We're going to make periodic conversations with you so that you can inform the global audience from Asia to Africa to the Americas and Europe about the progress in publishing. We're going to also do a pre-sale promotion, digital promotion of the book sometime soon. So I'm so grateful for your time, your attention, your kindness, your wisdom, your strength, your knowledge, your experience, and I must say your beauty, because I think that you skipped a bit the aesthetical part of my question, but I must say, and I'm sure that audience agrees, by looking at you and you see the colors of your outfit and the stone that you have on your ring, and this hat that is so fashionable.
Yes.
So I think that you really pay attention to your physical presence, not because of following a particular trend, or it's because it's your personality, right? Yes. And our outfit radiates our personality, our inner energy, right? So for instance, for me, you can see me one day with a t-shirt, another day with a shirt, another day with a jacket. Sometimes I put tie. So you can see me every day dressed in a different manner. And I know I saw you yesterday with that beautiful indigo color.
I'll come back on with that next time. But you know what? I understand you're a good-looking fella. You're nice. I know that's a Giorgio Armani suit. I know that's the truth. But I know you make Giorgio Armani look good. Thank you very much. But you know what? I admire great men who dress well and have this elegance. The gentleman quarterly, as they would call it. You look great. And I appreciate the kindness, the serene attention that you give off when you radiate when you come on your shows. I followed your post on your profile. I've seen some great speeches that you made. I think they're just awesome. I didn't even know that much about you, and I start searching, and the meditation and the dedication you have towards your body and your being. It's just unbelievable. And I think I'm gonna start listening to you, because I love to broaden my horizons and my mental capacity to learn more and more and more. It's always good to learn something, share knowledge, and what you're doing, you're sharing the knowledge that people need to hear, something positive, something direct, something serene. Thank you so much for your knowledge that you've given. I really appreciate it. I can't wait when this COVID-19 is over. God willing, I can join you there in beautiful Italy and Capri. I've seen your backyard. I think it's wonderful. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
It's like a Buddhist monastery or something like that. It's a very highly spiritual. So it's so important to, live and share nature. And you are in beautiful Florida. And, I'm even envious of you because Florida is one of my best, you know, places because of the, you know.
Even though it's hurricane season, it's okay. Everybody in every city has their hiccups, but you have to realize we're spinning on our axis going around the sun fast than a speeding bullet, consistently circling the earth, circling the globe, circling the sun, and the earth is going to have some hiccups, and storms and hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes is all part of the trauma and the you know, turbulence that that nature has. So, you know, whether you're in, this is why prayer is so essential. Just keep praying, because whatever your fate is in the hand of God. So just accept that, because we're not here forever. We're going to go to another dimension. We're going to go to another phase of life. Our life is not going to end here. It's going to continue. Life is a cycle, and it's just a beautiful thing to be here. And I pray I see you in this life and the afterlife. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.
Here.
Heartfelt thanks, Khalilah. And once again, Dr. Khalilah Ali was on the show today to present her book, The Untold Story of Muhammad Ali. Please stay tuned on these channels. We will keep you posted about how Dr. Khalilah performs in many industries, from entertainment to sports. Please go, please.
No, I was going to say to you, our next encounter would be good, because this particular topic I want to just speak about, and I have always been an admirer of Cecil B. DeMille and Walt Disney, and I have my next level of life, if God wills me to live long enough, I want to be the producer of different films. And I have a casting company, I have a management company, and they're all going to be utilized in my future film productions. God willing, I'll be able to do that before I leave this planet. So I'm just saying that I'm having a great time. We're writing a film right now called Pure Justice, and this was done like last year. We was working on it last year. It's a comedy, and I'm really excited to go into this venture. That is my other dream after the book, and then go into something more clean and more possible for our youth and for our adults. So
we have maybe some big producer and investor watching us, and they got the message. Who wants to support us in this new venture, your new productions in the entertainment industry? We're going to produce also a Netflix series on psychophysical balance. So to integrate, you know, all ancient techniques with the modern technologies to perform at peak level in business and in life. So we're going to work together on this ambitious venture, as everything you do, Khalilah, in life reaches the highest, you know, levels of performance in both professional and personal dimensions of life. We are so grateful to you for sharing with us your wisdom, your knowledge, your life story with the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. I will see you and the audience of Circle X and XZEN.tv again live soon on these channels. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Stay brilliant. Cheers.
God bless you. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.